All right, Madhavan Nair, former ISRO chairman, joining us live on the broadcast. Good afternoon, sir. Thank you for joining us on NewsX. All of us were extremely excitedly and in a big anticipation waiting for the Chandrayaan-2 launch to take place yesterday. While it has not happened, could you help us understand what was the reason for the delay and when can we perhaps expect, India to finally complete that mission which was deferred yesterday?
Well, it was a little bit of a disappointment that during the countdown, some anomaly in the launch vehicle has been observed, and because of that, we had to hold a launch. Now, this anomaly, we don't know the exact reason and exact location that is being investigated. Perhaps towards the end of the day, we may get a clear idea. Whatever anomaly it is there, it has to be corrected before launch so that it will not end up in a catastrophe. So the checkout system which was performing this function has done extremely well. At the right time it has raised the alert, and teams have analyzed the initial data, and based on that only they have taken the decision to postpone the launch. Because the launch window is hardly 10 minutes, there is not sufficient time to decipher and do the corrective operations.
Right.
Now, if it is a minor problem, yes.
Go ahead, sir. If it is a minor problem, then what we do know as of now that the cryogenic fuel was being loaded, that's when a technical snag was observed. What do you think, sir? Should we lose hope, or perhaps, as you were rightly mentioning, that there is light at the end of the tunnel and sooner than later we can see ISRO to complete that mission Moon which the entire country is waiting for?
Well, certainly this anomaly detection is a blessing in disguise. But as far as the subsequent operations in the mission is concerned, it depends on the anomaly and its magnitude. If it's a minor one, it could be set right within a day or two, and we can attempt the launch this week itself. But at the same time, if it is a major problem with respect to the leakage and correction, it may take even few weeks before we can attempt the next launch. But there is nothing has been lost. You know that GSLV Mark III has made 2 successful flights, so we don't suspect any major design deficiency in this. It could be a small anomaly with respect to workmanship or some material defect, which will be found out by the ISRO team, and certainly they will put back the entire mission on track and will be able to achieve a successful mission soon.
Right, and sir, whenever the launch of Chandrayaan-2 happens, whether it's a few days, whether it's a few weeks, of course, all of us are waiting extremely excitedly for that to happen. But whenever it does happen, how big an achievement would you say it would be for ISRO, and what type of advancement can it bring to the table when it, when we talk about studying the moon?
Well, I think this type of holes which occur, it is very common. It is not only in India, but in USA, Russia, and other places also. If they find an anomaly with the rocket or the fueling system and all, they will hold a launch, correct, and then only go. Even in the Chandrayaan-1 case, we had a problem of a fuel leak, but unfortunately we could locate it quickly, and within 2 hours the correction was done, and the same day itself launch could be attempted. There was another instance in which the GSLV Mark II was held at T-1 second, that is 1 second before the launch. Of course, it turned out to be a major problem in one of the strap-on stages, so that had to be replaced. But still, the relaunch could be done within a month or so. So it depends on the type of problem. But we don't want to take any risk with such a important mission. That's the reason it is being rescheduled.
Right. And sir, when you speak about, of course, the Chandrayaan-2 mission being rescheduled, so what you are saying, a synopsis of it, is that as Indians, of course, we need to keep our chin up. There is no need to lose hope. These anomalies, you say, are a common occurrence, and ISRO will be able to overcome, of course, all these issues which are emanating as of now, and sooner than later we can see, of course, Chandrayaan-2 take off?
Certainly, first of all, all the hardware is safe on the ground at the moment. Now, the correction of the anomaly is not a very heavy one, but should be able to do it within a short time. Then we should be able to attempt the relaunch at the earliest, and ISRO will be able to achieve 100% success in the Chandrayaan-2 mission in the days to come.
Right, 100% success we are all hoping for in the days to come. Sir, but as I asked you earlier as well, if and when Chandrayaan-2 mission does get complete, what would it mean for India? How big an achievement would it be for all of us? And what is it going to bring to the table when we really speak about, studying the moon?
Well, technologically, it is going to be a tremendous feat. We have not taken a spacecraft to the moon and made it soft land on the surface of the moon. So that is one of the primary objectives. The soft landing technology using rockets, computers, sensors and all those things is entirely new. And globally there are only 3 countries ahead of us, that is Russia, USA and China. So we will be the 4th country in that respect. But scientifically, we are going to land the instruments on the lunar surface. A small rover will come out of the lander, and that will move around the landing place and collect samples, take pictures and all those things, and analyze the materials and send the results back to us. So this will be a reconfirmation of the observation what we make by remote sensing sensors, and it will ultimately go towards the availability of water, to what extent it is there, and whether it can be exploited for the use on the surface of the moon and so on.
Absolutely.
We can look for helium-3, which is a powerful atomic fuel for the future. Then there are rare elements like titanium and other compounds and other things around. So all this will go towards our research for new science and new findings about the moon.
Well, so absolutely. So politically, historically, scientifically, it is going to be a huge achievement whenever the Chandrayaan-2, of course, the mission gets completed. But to help us understand as a layman, because of course you understand the technicalities way more than any of us. What we do know as of now is that there was a snag which was reported when the cryogenic fuel was being loaded. What does this mean exactly? While we may not know the exact nature of the technical fault being found, what do you make of this information which is available publicly, and what does this mean for the launch of the Chandrayaan-2? Is this a common or a small anomaly, as you mentioned earlier, something which you think which ISRO can fix easily?
Well, I think as I told you earlier, such anomalies are there in several missions for all over the globe. So it is nothing unusual about it. Now, there is a sequence of activities to be completed before the launch is authorized. So this is in the countdown process, and we have successfully completed several hours of that. T-minus 20 hours we started.
Okay.
At the last minute, about T-minus 56 minutes only, this discrepancy is noted. Things were going as per the sequence, and once this varying condition is observed,
Okay.
We will stop the countdown and then analyze the data. So that's the sequence as usual what we are following.
All right, and sir, before I let you go, just one more question. As far as Chandrayaan-2 mission is concerned, of course, it dominated national headlines. Now we have a lot of youngsters, of course, who have gravitated towards the cause. Maybe many of us who perhaps were earlier unaware, many even disinterested as far as, ISRO, your work is concerned. How do you think missions like this could really, hook the youth and bring the youth closer towards the cause?
For example, yesterday for the launch, we have assembled hundreds of students from various parts of the country. They were party to it, and they were charged up. They didn't really take it as a negative point. They really believe that ISRO is capable of correcting such thing and moving forward. Then secondly, the knowledge what we are going to get out of this is going to add up to our fundamental understanding of the origin of the moon, and also the planet Earth at early stages and so on. So the scientific knowledge also is going to be enthused. So this is going to be a highly motivating mission as far as the young generation is concerned.
Well, absolutely, sir. A highly motivating mission, and of course, all of us have our full faith on Team ISRO. We know sooner than later India will complete its moon mission. For now, sir, thank you for joining us with your views, and of course, for giving us all the details into India's moon mission. All right.